we are back at Up North at 4. Today we are at the Warehouse Arts Center in Eagle River, and we are here and joined with Joanna Buvalde, owner of her own studio.
Yes.
Joanna B. Ceramics.
And we've been at her studio before,
yes, we have.
too.
And so we're here because Joanna teaches classes at the Warehouse Arts Center in Eagle River. So tell us a little bit about teaching classes here and your experience.
I teach beginning wheel classes. So I teach a monthly class, which is usually 4 weeks and 3 hours a week. And then I teach like an intro, so which is only like 2 or 3 hours in a weekend for people to just give it a try and see if they even want to invest their time. And then I teach hand building classes. So I do a lot of the like projects. Like we do small projects. In the summer, we do, I think, 15 or 18 small projects, one a week, that I then finish and people can pick them up a few weeks later. I also do a monthly intro to hand building, in which we usually make a vase or, a box or something so that people can have a different experience with clay.
Right. And then you did mention there's so many words that you always keep talking about when it comes to pottery. And you mentioned that pottery in general, it's not just the clay and you're done, because there's so many steps to it.
So what you just did on the potter's wheel, right? So that was wheel throwing, even though there's no throwing involved. So what's going to happen to that little pot is that it needs to dry up a little bit so that it becomes what we call leather hard. So leather hard is kind of like your shoe leather. It's stiff, but not completely stiff. So then I can cut it off the bat, because we use those little boards to throw it on. I can cut it off. Then what I can do is turn it over upside down so I can carve the bottom. And that's called trimming a foot or trimming the bottom. Or sometimes it's called tooling the bottom. So first thing.
This election is about
the bottom of our pot, because we don't want glaze on the bottom of our pot, because it would stick to the kiln. So that's our first thing. It's called resist, right? Wax resist, to resist the clay. Then we're going to dip the pot in a bucket of glaze. So you just took a little image of that too. Then I need to get the last little drips off the bottom of the pot. Then I could put it on the shelf. Then it's glazeware. Right? Then I go put it in the kiln again.
Okay.
For its last, in this case, last firing. Now, I sometimes do a third firing or a third baking. Okay. So like if I want to put like gold detail, for example, on my pot, those are very low temperature. So I need to do a third firing to get those gold details on there.
You went through all the steps that goes into it, and you said 3 to 4 weeks, at least on average, for building whether a pot or something else, and that's very involved.
Yes. So I find that people who take a class, who come here and to even take a beginner's class and try it for the first time, they're like, I will never question the price of pottery again, because I get people coming and buying it and looking at my pottery and go like, oh my God, that's expensive. But once you've actually gone through all the steps, you will understand.
Then you'll understand how much work it really takes.
Yeah, and how good it feels to drink from a cup that is handmade.
And that took a lot of work and experience to create that piece.
And a lot of love went into it.
Where can people, you teach classes here, you have your own studio at your home, so where can people reach you if they want to get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach me just on my email, johannabceramics@gmail.com. But I would invite people to come here.
Of course, also take some classes.
Come here and come take classes.
Yes.
So
the
come
Warehouse,
on out.
Yeah, so the Warehouse Arts Center in Eagle River. We'll be right back after this break.